Yeah, it's on the same lines as what Peter has just said, and this is more of a suggestion actually, that we come up with a lot of these new ideas. Just now Professor Vazi has mentioned about students doing educational applications, and for the last 6-8 months we in Calcutta have been looking for people who will help us with such suggestions. So can I suggest that as an outcome of Mobile Plus, if you can do a platform on the net which has these ideas and allow people who want these ideas to request for suggestions, put up proposals, I would think that would really help the community to collaborate together as an outcome of this conference. Just a suggestion.
Yes, sir. I feel that from last 8 months, we are running one ISRO VRC at Kundesa district, Gazipur, Uttar Pradesh, and the satellite link is already failed. Then I think this Mobile Plus conference suggestions can change the whole aspects. And I request Mr. Director that please convey your thought to the ISRO authorities to start such type of video conferencing from all VRC, like telemedicine, tele-agriculture, tele-education, weather and e-governance. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vinay. One opinion that I sort of formed yesterday after seeing all the presentations was that in this room, in this audience, it seems like there's a very good diversity of non-governmental organizations, governmental organizations, science people, fundamental science and research, and academic institutions. And to me, it looks like this kind of emerging mobile technology, if it has to create social relevance and upliftment, has to connect deeply with new development in science, which is something that we as a nation are not very good at doing, in the sense that what are we doing about doing better battery technologies, or are we doing anything about solar technologies? Are we doing something about developing new communication protocols for these kinds of things? What about GSM or whatever other technologies? What are the new developments there? We are waiting around for companies in other places to start developing technologies which are not exactly appropriate for this condition. And then we try to repurpose it and adapt it to whatever is the local need, whether be it fishing communities or farming communities or whatever communities. So why is it that our education system, or the bridge between academia, industry and government, isn't working in synchronous systems? It almost feels like everything is asynchronous, and then everything is trying to do a catch-up game at the end of the day. So how do you create synchronous systems, either through governmental, quasi-governmental, non-governmental, whatever methods, is a very good question to put up in this platform. And I think those kinds of fundamental changes is what will make a huge impact in society, because if you want to drive technology down to everyone's hands at low cost, affordable, usable, as well as desirable at the same time, we really need to think about these fundamental issues. And I would really urge this audience today to think about how to bridge these gaps and think of new platforms, new solutions, new methods, which are frameworks rather than just individual ideas or solutions.
Thank you. I think one of the issues that we need to also discuss is that how do we involve the commercial sector and the, say for example, the software development industry. India seems to be making great headways and is known as the BPO of the world, and we have large giant institutions which develop software and technology. And yesterday in one of the sessions, I think it was the social impact session, where it was mentioned that only 3 kinds of applications seem to exist on mobile phones, and they called it the ABCD. It's astrology, Bollywood, cricket and devotion. But I think we need to look at it from far beyond that. How do we excite large organizations who are doing software development to focus on some of the social developmental aspects? So far, from whatever experiences we've seen at the moment, it seems to be the IITs and educational institutions which are devoting their time and attention to this. which is wonderful because it also falls into the realm of research aspects of it. But for really large deployment and for adoption on a massive level, it has to come out of the labs and R&D institutions into commercial entities, which may have to then spread this technology. How do you make a 1,500 rupee mobile phone perform in a certain way? How do we bring Indian language computing in a simplified manner? How do we do this conversions of voice to data? All of this, if we can link that to a application-based interface, I think how do we actually go through the process of engaging these organizations could be an important discussion. And the other aspect is that while we're discussing on mobile, it's not only mobile, but it's mobile plus. So there are new technologies, as was mentioned by Dr. Parida this morning, that the mobile technologies itself is changing so rapidly. So how do we look and in a foresight manner look at what will happen next? What will happen with low-cost tablets, for example, or with the deployment of 4G coming in very soon, or with the growth rate of mobile phones, not of the typical low-end category, but smartphones. How will these be a game changer for the country, and how will it impact the social development? I think we need to look at these two aspects, because if we do focus on it, we will actually prepare ahead.
We started looking at there is a platform and try to use it. So that bottleneck, that became a bottleneck for investing in R&D. So we said that so many people are using mobile, let's use that platform. And all the research institutions, IITs and everybody started focusing on how to utilize that platform in disseminating the information. And that is where the R&D took really a back seat. I think your point is really good. Yeah.
Good morning. It is true, the value-added information the farmers and the women entrepreneurs receive certainly change the way they live. The information is so dear to them. But I'm also trying to look at it, how the farming communities can be connected with the technology that we are talking about. Take a panchayat. The issues the farmers, the paddy producers face is totally different from the pulse producers face. The issues differ from community to community, village to village. So can we also look at the mobile technology to connect the communities where the farmers can regularly interact with their fellow farmers, with the fellow communities, and collectively evolve a strategy to solve the issues that they face?